Hello and welcome to a review. It's an axe review. There will be a knife review next week, but I need to stress that obviously I'm not sent anything. So any knife reviews you see are all mine. I've purchased everything. So if you're asking for knife reviews, you're asking me to spend, 60 to a couple of $100 on a knife. That's essentially what you're doing. That's fine. If you want to see me do more knife reviews and things, by all means go ahead. You can donate to my channel, but I know that nobody will do that because they see a knife review channel and they think that the person can get knife reviews out there every single week, and they just expect it, and they expect it all for free. They never want to dip into their own personal money or their own hard work to contribute to something, even if that something has helped them with their purchasing decisions. What I mean by that is if you've bought any of the knives that are featured in any of my reviews, based on my reviews, and you haven't told me, you haven't let me know, and said, oh, I bought this because of your review, or your review kind of helped me, then I've probably saved you money. I've given you some information to stay clear on some knives, and some knives I thought are amazing, and I've actually let you spend your money on excellent blades, excellent knives, and I've given you the lowdown on all of them. So that's all been free. Anyway, back to the review. That I just thought I'd mention that because I think when you see a knife review website, you just knife review channel, you just think, right, he gets all his knives sent to him, they're all free, don't cost him a penny, and he's a salesman. No, I buy things because I like them, buy things because I think they're good, and if they are really good, or if they're really bad, I'll do a review, and then that might save you money, or you might make a good purchasing choice because of that. I'm just there to give you all the information about a product or a knife or whatever, and hopefully you can gain something out of it. Whether that means that you won't buy it, that's still good. Whether it means you do buy it, that's equally as good. Anyway, back to the review. That's over now. This is an excellent axe. It's an excellent kind of medium sized axe. They call it carpenter's axe. It's a Fiskars X10 axe. It's got this handle, handy handle with a lock. It's very, very lightweight. It just shows you that you shouldn't hammer on the butt of the axe. It shows you shouldn't use the actual fibre comp material to hit things with. You should always wear these big boots and some cool safety shades. Made in Finland. They just make excellent gear, excellent axes. I make a few knives. I make scissors. If you ever seen some scissors that are kind of orangey or yellowy, Fiskars make them. They make axe sharpeners. I haven't got one yet. I might get one in the future. Basically, it's an axe. It's called a carpenter's axe. It's specifically made for carpenters, construction workers, house owners that deal with a lot of wood. I think most American homes are made out of wood. They look like they are. But likewise, I'd say most British homes are made out of bricks. I might be wrong. It might be the other way around, but that's just what I've my perception of it. It's a premium quality axe. It's very light. You can carry it on your bag, in your belt, on your belt. Don't know how you'd carry it on your belt. Probably with this lanyard, maybe. You could put 550 through that. That's fine. One of the first things you'll notice about the axe is it's kind of hollow. Yes, you can stick your finger in and it's kind of hollow, but it is very strong. You can't really tell that it's hollow other than that hole at the end. So it comes with a sheath, all right, and that's to protect the blade, and obviously safety reasons as well. It's the blade itself. I open it up. It's quite easy to. There you go, done. You can throw that wherever. Blade itself is, as you can see, it's double hardened for strength and has a weatherproof PTFE coating. So it's coated, and so it's much like the little baby brother one, the X5. Even though the X5 is a similar price, we'll talk about price later. But the coating means that it reduces the friction by 25%, and it also obviously protects the blade from rusting. The blade has convex edge shape, and that's to strengthen it and to make it less prone to fracturing. The actual handle is made from this ultralight and durable fibre composite. It's a fiberglass reinforced polyamide material, and that's basically to minimise your fatigue and whilst guaranteeing durability. It's also got an optimised anti-shock surface that offers comfortable, firm grip. I think you could use this without gloves, but I would always wear gloves with this thing. Even though the little picture on the sheath doesn't have gloves, I think you should wear gloves. But, you know, it's up to you, isn't it? All the gear all the time, AGAT is my philosophy. The end of the handle obviously curved, and that's to prevent the axe from slipping. That might help you in a way, but if you're really going for it and you know, it gets wet and all the rest of it, then I don't know how far that will protect you. But there we go. Fiskars, I mean, the blade geometry, they've really worked it out so that the head of the shaft of the axe is perfectly balanced for safe, efficient and comfortable use. So they really had a lot of thought in the design process in these. It's not just a sharpened chunk of metal at the end of a piece of wood. What else to really say? Basically, Fiskars, you know, they're a good brand because they actually say that all of these tools should remain free from defects, and if there are any defects found, they'll repair them, replace them, or substitute for a product of equal value. So there you go. I mean, it's excellent. Right, we'll go into specifications. Blade hardness is 55 HRC. That's quite hard, but yet you can sharpen it. It's not too difficult to sharpen. The length is 44 centimetres exactly, actually, which is 440 millimetres, and the weight is 1.5 kilograms. So that is nothing on a day sack, whatever. I mean, that is nothing. 1.5 kilograms to carry something that you can chop wood, chop branches. You can, you know, you can really make a camp with this, providing it stays sharp, which I think it will. I mean, it's more of a chopper than a splitter. It's a bit of both really, but I'd say it's definitely more of a chopper. It's not that sharp, but you don't want it to be that sharp, put it that way. You don't want a really sharp axe because the edge will roll and you'll have all kinds of problems. You want it to be not sharp enough to cut paper because then the edge will just go straight away. You want it quite sharp, but not paper cutting sharp, because as you know, or you should know by now, watching all my videos, that if you have a very sharp edge, the edge will not last as long, especially on 55 HRC. It's not going to last an awful long time. But this tool, if you could take one tool out with you that could save you, this would probably be it. You can do quite fine work with it. You would want a knife as well, but this would definitely chop wood, make firewood, make camp, lots of other things beyond that as well. it's not as kind of, I hate to use the word tactical, as some axes, some medium axes like the Kanji T-Hawk, which shouldn't really be compared to it by any means, but that's obviously a T-Hawk. But you can use it in the same kind of manner, as well as a kind of weapon in a way. And also its little brother, the X5, it really, I mean, it depends how long you're going for. Just a couple of days at the weekend, you'd be alright with an X5. It weighs less, and it, you know, look at the size. It's essentially almost the same size axe, but it's a little hatchet. It takes less room. Going for a week or a bit more, you could take this. If you've got a car or trailer, you could take this anyway if weight is no issue. But I think it's best of both. I think, you know, I would take it in the survival situation because it's 1.5 kilograms. It's not that big. It's very light for what it is, and it will make camp. It will cut your firewood. It won't whittle, but this is why this combined with a decent utility knife. We're not talking something like a Spidey K or anything like that, which is more of like a utility kind of, you know, everyday carry kind of thing, which, you know, not really one-handed opening. It's more conformist kind of like bladed tool, really, that's legal. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a military or a paramilitary too, something like that would complement this larger tool. So price, let's talk about price. Well, this is about £32 and the X5 is a very similar price. It's about £32. In America, probably looking at about $35–40, something like that. If that, that's a bargain there. But there we go. You may be put off because you think 30 quid, that's pretty cheap, you know, pretty cheap for an axe. I've seen Hultifor axes and lots of other different makes of axes, Gerber axes, that are more than 32 quid. Well, I can tell you this is no cheapie. This is the real deal. This is the last of the value that you're getting at the moment in the world. There's not many things you get value with, but Fiskars and their tools, you do get value, and it is the real deal, made in Finland. They know how to make axes and tools, alright, they do. So that's the axe, that's the review. If you have enjoyed this by any means, please do put it in the comment section. There's not much more I can say. I've covered all of the materials and how you use it and things and the price, so if there is anything else to add, if you've had any experiences using this axe or other Fiskars tools, put it in the comments, let me know. Like I said at the start of the video, I'll be putting a knife review up next week. I'm not going to say what it is, but if you want to see it, obviously subscribe. And I must say thanks ever so much for all of your support. I'm almost at 3,000 subscribers, which is incredible. It really is. The fact that, think about 3,000 people a day, or I'm getting 3,000 views a day at least. Maybe there's one person just watching 3,000 times, but that's really, really humbling. And you know, I wish I could do more reviews for you all. I really do. I wish someone would go, right, here's a load of knives, do some reviews, whether they're good or bad, because I really do enjoy doing them, and I want to give you all of the information, and so that you can make the right choices, because different tools, different knives, they are for different people. That everybody's looking for something different, and I want to give you all of that information on the table, but at the moment, obviously with financial constraints, I can't actually do that as much as I would, because I've got lots of other things to spend money on. I can't just spend, you know, hundreds of pounds on knives every month. As much as I'd like to, I can't. There's other things in life I have to pay for, like everybody else. But that being said, please do continue to support me, follow me any way you can. If you are interested, I've said it many times before, but I will be putting out knife steel videos. I'll be putting out more versus videos and more cheap versus pricey videos, as well as the occasional new knife review or axe review or something along those lines. Anyway, thanks ever so much for watching me today. Thanks for joining, and take care.